a terrible week for NFL coaches. Dennis Allen, Nick Sirianni, and Mike McCarthy might get fired. The good news for Mike McCarthy, he should have no problem finding another job. Since it is almost Christmas, malls are already looking for new Santas. Speaking of firing coaches, let's start there. Last week, the Jets fired Robert Saleh. Todd Downey is also taking over play calling for Nathaniel Hackett. So you made it worse. Quick question, how did you get him fired? Jacksonville, since you're here, let's start with your game. The Bears have scored 5 offensive touchdowns in back-to-back games for the first time since 1956. I haven't seen a blonde struggle that badly with Bears since Goldilocks.
How did you have 4 drop touchdowns?
Well, 3 of them were on the same drive, so technically only 2 touchdowns.
Get Doug Peterson in here.
I just love it over here. How about you stay over there?
I can't do that. I don't speak British.
Doug.
Okay, Doug, why do you keep giving the ball to ETN over Tank Bigsby?
See, I didn't understand a word of that. How you ever won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles should be studied. Most people come into this country to get a job. Doug Peterson's coming back into the country to lose it. Before they leave, can we talk to Christian Kirk?
Don't you have enough slot receivers?
Not good ones.
Fine. Okay, fine. Jacksonville, get Christian Kirk in here.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Not that one.
There's another one? Oh my God.
Caleb Williams is the best rookie quarterback of our generation.
Your 4 wins came from teams who have combined for 4 wins. I'm sorry, which version of you is this? Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre? You mean between 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks?
Okay, look, you guys are just jealous.
Hit your O-lineman in the head.
Yes, when the Lions were throwing passes to their
O-linemen, they actually meant to.
Speaking of rookie quarterbacks, Drake May is the real deal.
Drake May threw more touchdowns in his first start than Jacoby Brissett has all season.
Couldn't get to New England without the Mayflower.
Didn't half the people on the Mayflower die their first year. The Patriots play the Jags next week in London. That is the worst thing we've done to England since the War of 1812.
All right, moving on. Let's do Ravens Commanders. Lamar is now 21-1 against NFC teams.
Are we not going to talk about the refs? That pass interference call was terrible.
Your defense is terrible.
You know, you could really use someone like Chase Young or Montez Sweat.
It was not that bad.
I've seen Bronny James play better defense, and he's so bad he might retire before his dad. All right, we have to do it. The Cleveland Browns are 0 for 26 on their last 26 third downs with Deshaun Watson. The 0-16 season was better than this.
I have an idea.
Oh, grow, this would be
Why
good.
don't you tell Jimmy we have to bench Deshaun?
You want me to tell him to bench Deshaun?
Not you. Just say it's an NFL rule.
A rule to bench Deshaun?
Great. Okay.
Jimmy,
yeah, one sec.
The NFL has a rule. You can no longer play Deshaun Watson.
What did you just say? Say that again?
The NFL has a
I've
rule.
never even heard of that rule before.
Did he just go back there and ask you to say
yeah.
he did?
What? I went to ask him if we could start Deshaun more.
Side note, the Joker 2 came out this week. I heard it was terrible. I will not be seeing it. If I wanted to watch a clown dance around for 2 hours, I'd watch Nick Sirianni. He was just excited.
Well, tell Patrick Beverly to calm down.
He beat the Cleveland Browns by 4 points. Philadelphia fans have now booed Nick Sirianni and Santa, which is ironic because they both put children on their laps to save their jobs. All right, just a couple more things. Mike McCarthy will be on the season finale of Yellowstone next month since he's so good at bringing the Cowboys season to an end. All right, everyone, do not pile on Dallas. After all, they did just lose to an Applebee's manager. What happened? I thought you were all in.
All in Cancun.
The Cowboys are not making the playoffs. I guess they didn't report as eligible. The Lions ran a design hook and ladder to their offensive tackle, let Dan Skipper run routes as a wide receiver, and threw a flea flicker to Sam Laporta. Siegfried and Roy were treated better by the Lions.
Yeah, here we go.
You just shut up.
I think this is funny. Jerry Jones is furious.
I haven't seen a billionaire this upset since Kim K dropped her earrings in the ocean.
Spencer Rattler is so much better than Derek
He
Carr.
threw a ball out of bounds.
See?
Get Dennis Allen in here. Your defense gave up 16 missed tackles. Aaron Judge makes more contact in October than you.
Who runs a screen on 3rd and 16?
I would.
Luke!
You have to be the worst offensive coordinator.
Guys, the halfback toss went for positive yards. I told you, 30th time's the charm.
Pew, 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 pew. And lastly, Daniel Jones is now 1-14 in prime time. I haven't seen a New York team this bad since last night.
That was terrible. There were 22 penalties for over 200 yards.
Yeah, sorry about that. This was a new group of refs we were rolling out.
What was different?
Instead of telling them the rules, we let them do their own research.